what Chris said off camera is that he's announced his retirement from sim racing.
Day one CES lap, I think it was 6. Put down my best time. Officially announcing my retirement. Yeah, we gotta knock this intro out because you're blinding my boy up here.
Yeah, right?
We're here in Las Vegas. It's the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. I haven't been here since like 2009. We did a display here. We actually had the drift car here. It was really cool with Clarion back in the day. So one of the first and only times drift cars are at Consumer Electronics Show. But we're here this year with Recaro. They're debuting some really cool new technology for the sim seats because they're not only developing seats for the race cars, passenger cars, even airplanes. They have seats and everything if you actually look them up. But now they are developing an even further technology for the sim seats, which actually has like the the sound, the vibrations, everything through the seat, so you actually feel more. It's just getting more immersive. So Carl brought us out here. We're going to run into a few more people that are in the same space. We got some Nissan engineers that are going to meet us at the booth who are helping with the seat technology as well. We got a couple other friends that are out here, so we're going to just pop by and see who's in town and have some fun. This is the Recaro Automotive booth, and they have the simulation set up here. And what's cool is they have this new technology where it's actually more immersive. They have speakers and little motors and basically giving the sense and the vibrations of the car, of the track through the seat, right? So it's giving you that much more feel of what's actually going on, thank you, when you're going around the racetrack. So you feel every bump, you feel every shift, and it just makes you feel like that more connected to the car because one thing people always talk about when it comes to sim racing is that there's no feel, right? And so Recaro and some of the other people that they're working with are putting in a lot of effort to try and bridge that gap.
I don't know if I've met you face to face.
I know who you are.
Yeah, I was just saying, you probably know the voice.
I know you.
And good friends with Kyle and all that jazz. But how you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
This will be fun.
It will be.
During COVID, it was like when I first got into the sim racing. We got the whole thing built out, and this is actually how I met Bryan. Was we got connected because Bryan was doing the online SRO, sim racing league. What was the series called?
GT Rivals.
That's right, GT Rivals. So, and you won what, 2 championships there?
Won like most of the races.
Yeah.
But the championship was like a winner take all at the finale decider.
Yeah.
And I got second on that one. So I was like the non-champion champion.
No, it's pretty rad. So Bryan was racing in the Nissan GT3 GT-R, which is the car he raced in real life. Through the same through the Nissan GT Academy. We've seen the Gran Turismo movie. That was actually based on the European side of the Nissan GT Academy, and Bryan won the US side. They made it about America, should have. Would have been about Bryan Highcutter. Bryan won that, the US based GT Academy. And was able to race in this car eventually in real life, the Nissan Nismo GT3 GT-R, like full carbon body endurance race car. Not only won multiple races on the sim like you were just saying, but won multiple races and championships in real life. So when we met, I got my sim, I was like, oh, racing's kind of cool, and he was the only one racing in a Nissan. We got linked up through the organizers at SRO, and they're like, you should talk to Bryan Highcutter. Like, he drove with Nissan, and he's a Nissan racer, and so are you. And they wanted me to, join the series and do a couple races with them online. And so we did some lead and follows with Bryan, and I could tell I was painfully slow compared to him. I was eventually like, the gap shrunk very quickly, but still like a few seconds off of his best times. My absolute first time doing any sort of online road racing, which was like more than any sort of experience I've ever had on a real track, road racing, especially with cars like this. So, learning all the ins and outs and do's and don'ts. Learned a lot in a little bit of time. But yeah, Bryan is out there just like absolutely mobbing.
Wait, where is it? Where's the time?
It was Laguna Seca. It's his first hot lap around the track, and he put a 125 down. He's 5 seconds faster than the first time.
That's what we're showing on.
His friggin' out lap was actually almost second place. His warm-up lap.
Well, good luck, Chris.
Yeah, I already said here for the show. Yeah, that's the wildest part about Bryan. Like, even when we were doing the GLTZ, lap times were like within like 2/10 for like 10 laps in a row. Just the consistency is unreal. Only 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, Bryan just destroys everybody.
It's early in the day.
But you ended at what? 24, right?
24.79. Yeah, there it is. It's on the screen.
Oh,
Bryan's the one turning it off.
that's insane.
I'll be stoked to get anything in the 20s.
You're like a second up going into the corkscrew.
Yeah, and I kept blowing the corkscrew, just like you said. Too much on the braking and it just sails. Like you were always saying, little mistakes on every corner. And then basically, yeah, the last lap just kind of... It's been about a year and a half since I've raced on the sim, so... just don't have the time for it, and it's super fun, so yeah, it took a few to get warmed back up to it, but yeah, I'll take that. 26.4, it's a good number. Yeah, I feel all the rumble strips and everything.
You said in the seat too, like when you were driving and you're hitting it really hard, it was like boom, like you knew where you're going, you had to watch because otherwise you were like, uh-oh, like what's going on, but you could see like as soon as you were hitting the ridges on the curves, and I was like, alright, yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's fun, like, it's always a good time to go on those things. So, I feel like I never have enough time to be able to do it, so it's cool to be able to come out here and do it. Like when I first got into the sim racing, I was just like, I have nothing, right? I feel nothing. And like Bryan went from the sim to the race car, whereas like for me going backwards, it was much more difficult. Whereas for him, he had like less tools, and was able to drive the car better. I think because you're working with, you're able to be quick without having all the sensation. And so once you have that, it certainly helps. And so yes, like with the seat and how it's connected and allows you to feel like the edges of the track, I think it makes a big difference. Because that was it for me. Like you can tell when you get up on that rumble strip, and then especially when you get up into the dirt, like it's just the seat vibrates more and more. Versus like looking at it from out here, this is how it used to feel. Right? You're just like, what's happening? There's like no connection. So like without the headphones, without the seat, like it's just very numb. It feels very firm, whereas like some of the sims will use like like plastic molded pieces, that can kind of flex a little bit, or they'll use like the extruded aluminum, and it's like just so this is very, very sturdy, especially with all the vibration going on. Like you kind of get a good feel for it all. What'd you do?
I didn't Great.
But you sat in the music seat to relax already?
Oh yeah, just having a nice little. I was getting warmed up for the race.
It turns it into a speaker is what happens, right? So it's basically taking the sound, and when you sit in it, it's making it into like a bubble for you. Surround sound.
Yeah.
For convertibles, can you imagine?
It's pretty rad. I know it is on, but like the switch.
We know.
At least it's broken on.
What Chris said off camera is that he's announced his retirement from sim racing.
Day one CES lap, I think it was 6. Put down my best time. Officially announcing my retirement. That was what were you? A 24.7. So like almost 2 whole seconds behind Bryan.
I did a few more laps, so I might have done 8, 9, 10. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna get much more than that out of it unless I really hog the machine. So.
you feeling the second go around?
Another 26. But yeah, I go off in, what is that, turn 3? I went off in like turn 3, like 2 laps in a row. But yeah, it's, you know, try not to jump on too long because we got a bunch of people here trying to play, so it's like get like 2 or 3 laps in real quick. But yeah, I know I can get a 25. I don't think I'll get a 24 like this guy.
Bryan, did you beat my time?
I don't know. What
Don't laugh, like, you know I get
Did
insecure.
you make a time?
Don't laugh, you know I get insecure, Chris. Game changer, huh? What is that doing? What is it changing?
Why don't you sit in and find out?
All right, say less. Trade these?
Yeah, let's go for it.
You're media guy number 3 now.
Media guy.
Dude, oh, I'm too big,
guy.
bro.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, dude, get pumped up.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, see? Get the big release.
Wait, where is it?
It's on there. Grab
Oh.
the thing again.
Oh, on the
Little
bottom?
button.
That's so sick. Now I'm gonna take a picture of Chris, the media guy.
Big time media guy.
We have 3 media guys at Forsberg Racing now.
Yeah, one of the first things I ever did was film.
Yeah, but now you got me.
Back when I was like 12.
So we, oh my god.
No, legit.
That's like Windows Movie
we
Maker
used to
time
film each
period.
other like, you know, skating and stuff. I say skating because it sounds way cooler.
No, Chris, now I'm gonna bleep that out. We can't let them know, right?
Don't tell them. Well, then I did BMX. That's cool, right? But yeah, and then when we started doing the car stuff, yeah, we're always shooting. So I've been holding a camera for a while there, bud.
He's like, I'm kind of an expert myself.
Yeah.
I don't see you stop for stuff often. What are we looking at here?
Don't quote me. I don't exactly. Seen this car because I follow Goodwood, right? Been to Goodwood multiple times, and this was the fastest car ever to go up the hill there. So obviously it would be just incredibly fast on any course. But yeah, that's like a 45-second just run up the driveway at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and this thing just crushed like every record that's ever been set there. So just haven't seen it do anything else though. It's the only basically timed anything I've seen this car do was up the hill Goodwood. So it's like, if you look at it, it's like 3/4, like maybe like 7/8 the size of like a typical car. It's just really small little lightweight package, and it just absolutely just Mach speed. All right, well that's day 1 of CES, and thanks to Recaro Automotive for bringing us out and getting to rip on their sim for a couple laps. You know, Bryan, of course, putting down the best time of the day. Me coming up in a cool 2nd place. But yeah, we're gonna come back tomorrow. It's awesome. We're gonna probably go to the other side. This is just West Hall, so a lot of the automotive and even some industrial stuff over here. But we're probably gonna take a little bit of a cruise and see some of like the more techie, gadgety stuff over in the North and South Halls. So come back and check it all out.
Bryan, would you like to help close out the video? Would you like to say, make sure to like, subscribe? All right, sick dude. See you in the next video. Bye.